Introduction to solving an equation with parentheses. We have 2 times the quantity 4w plus 7 equals 62. Our goal is still going to be the same. We're going to work on isolating the variable, but here we have 2 times the quantity in parentheses, which means we're going to have to distribute, and then we can apply our two inverse properties that we like using. So the first thing again we have to do is we've got to distribute here. So we're going to take our 2 and we're going to multiply it to the 4w and to the 7. And so we can go rewrite this real quick. Over here is 2 times 4w plus 2 times 7 equals 62. We don't distribute it to the 62 because it's not inside the parentheses. So now we can go simplify it. And what 2 times 4w gives us 8w plus 2 times 7 gives us 14. And that's going to still be equal to 62. Now that we have a normal two-step equation, which is our goal is to get back to our two-step equation, we're going to apply the additive inverse, which is adding the opposite value of the constant. So here I'm going to add the opposite of 14 is negative 14, and so I got to break my problem in half, so I'll plus negative 14, and that is going to cancel out and leave me 8w is equal to 62 plus negative 14, so that means signs are different, so we're going to subtract here. So 62 minus 14 I can borrow and carry. 12 minus 4 is 8. 5 minus 1 is 4. And because it's a negative sign here and the negative number is smaller, it's going to be a positive value still. Now I have it where I can apply my multiplicative inverse, or multiply by the flip. Well, if this is 8 over 1, my flip is 1 over 8. These are going to cancel and leave me with 1 over 1, or 1w, and this is going to be equal to 48 over 8. And so w is going to equal 48 divided by 8, which is 6. Let's look at the next example. This next example is going to work in exactly the same way. We have to isolate our variable v, but first we have to distribute so that we can get to our two-step equation. Once we've distributed, like seen here, we have 9 times 1v. Because there's just a 1v there, we put a 1 in front of it, plus 9 times 2 equals 63. And that leaves us with 9v plus 18 equals 63. Go ahead and take a second to pause and get this stuff written down so you can run through an understanding of it. Now that we've gotten it written down, let's go ahead and apply the additive inverse property. The additive inverse property means I'm going to add the opposite value of the constant. So my constant is 18, so I'm going to add negative 18 to both sides. Oops. And since my signs are different, I'm going to subtract again. Different signs mean subtract. Remember that from our sign rules. So I can borrow here, which will give me 5 in the tens place and 13 in the ones. 13 minus 8 is 5. And 5 minus 1 is 4. So we'll end up with 45. And over here, these will cancel out, and our 9v is going to drop down. So we'll have 9v equals 45. The next thing we're going to do is apply our multiplicative property. And to apply the multiplicative property, remember we multiply by the flip. So I make this 9 over 1 and multiply it by 1 over 9. These are going to cancel out, which leaves us with just 1v equals, if this is 1 over 9 over here being multiplied, it's going to leave me with 45 over 9. And so that means that v equals 45 divided by 9, which is 5.